A black car was waiting and Mireille immediately walked towards the door to pull it open, but Dante stopped her. "Don't tell me you forgot I don't let the princess open the car door herself," he said to her and pulled open the door for her. Mireille wanted to say something, but she gulped it down and got into the back seat of the car, not wanting to have to talk to him for long. Mireille brought out her phone just as Dante revved the car to life. She began browsing through the phone, trying to do anything that would stop her from stealing glances at Dante. But nothing on the internet seemed to be of interest to her. It seemed like the only interesting thing right now was the man behind the wheels. Mireille found herself eventually staring at him through the mirror. His face was pulled into a hard look as he drove, but even with his hard look, he looked enchanting, and Mireille was staring longer than she intended to stare at him. No, she had not even intended to stare at him at all. Suddenly Dante looked at the mirror too, and their eyes met. Mireille quickly looked away from his gaze. The hard look on Dante's face vanished. "I am more than old enough. I am not a high school girl anymore," Mireille reminded him, and Dante slowly looked away. That was right. She was no longer little, and he certainly was not expecting her to have never dated at 24, right? Of course she would have dated a few times, but still, for some reason he could not lay his hands on. The fact that the sexy lady in his car had a partner did not sit well with him. Mireille dropped her phone and leaned back into the seat, forcing her eyes to shut to prevent herself from glancing at him over and over again. She could recall previous memories of them in high school, and a frown appeared on her face as she recalled a memory. "You can stare as much as you want, princess." "I was not staring," she lied. "Good girls should not lie, you know." "I am not a good girl," Mireille retorted. She hated it when James and Dante called her that and made her feel naive and innocent. "You sure are a good girl, princess." Mireille was about to respond when her phone beeped with a message. She checked it and found that it was a message from her boyfriend. Mireille had almost forgotten these past minutes with Dante that she had a boyfriend. Dante had totally occupied her mind. She opened the message and giggled softly. "What's that?" Dante questioned. "My boyfriend," she replied without thinking twice. Dante suddenly stepped on the brakes and the car jerked to an abrupt stop. Mireille gasped in shock, her eyes widening. "What the heck? Were you planning to kill me? Since when did James start letting you have boyfriends?" He questioned, turning to face her, his expression stony.